The Fed says they don't want to stifle crypto, but according to some, the crypto industry is already exiting from the United States. $1 billion in Silk Road Bitcoin may be for sale by the government, and ambulance chasers are raking it in on FTX legal fees. Also, DAOs have received some legal recognition in the state of Utah. We got the latest news brought to you by Original Intelligence on this Bad News, episode number 672 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
Hey, hello, how you doing? Welcome to the Bad Crypto Podcast, home of Original Intelligence. None of that artificial BS.
Well, it's subjective how intelligent some think we are. I was going through some old YouTube comments and they were like, "Oh my God, Travis, what the hell are you thinking?" And I was like, "Well, I'm pretty accurate on a lot of these things, but not 100% accurate because we're not AI. We don't know. I'm not Nostradamus."
Yeah. Well, we're just human beings being human. That's all. So original intelligence doesn't make us intelligent. It means that all we have to go on is our own brains rather than machine brains.
Is that what it's called? OI?
That's what I'm calling it.
We'll call it AI, authentic intelligence.
Authentic intelligence also works. Welcome to the show. Glad that you guys are here. Of course, the Bad Crypto Podcast, the show for the crypto curious and the crypto serious, in our 6th year, and we'll be celebrating our 6th anniversary / birthday-versary in July, and we're glad that you guys are along with us for this news episode. And if you are ready, Sir Lord Travis, we're going to get to the news.
Let's go, baby.
All right. Timestamp 12:19 Atlantic Standard Time on the 9th of March of 2023. And the current crypto market cap is $1,034 billion. Bitcoin, 21,669. Ethereum, 1,538. BNB, 289. XRP, just shy of 40 cents. Cardano, 32. Dogecoin, 7 cents. Polygon, $1.08. And number 10 is the Lido staked Ether, which is the price of Ethereum. What we got? Any big winners or losers this week, Trav?
Nah, there's some big losers. Not really any big winners over the last 7 days. Only like up a couple percent, which is XRP, which isn't really moving much. But Stacks is down like 35%. Singularity Net, which is surprising because they're doing a lot of really cool stuff with AI. They're down 32%. I would keep an eye on Singularity Net just as a general rule, not financial advice. Frax Share 29% down. Render down 27%, Mina Protocol down 27%, Zilliqua down 22%, VeChain down 21%. So here it is. This is the bad news episode where we talk about all the cryptos that have gone down, sadly, and it looks like it's like a little bit of a pullback's going on. Joel.
Well, and that might be due to the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell making some statements yesterday saying that they might raise interest rates a half a point, which the markets don't respond to favorably. But I'll tell you what, when you look at all of the negatives that have taken place this last year in this bear market, in the macroeconomic, global economic view, Bitcoin's holding up pretty damn good at over 21,000. I mean, we have already recovered the losses from FTX and Celsius and Luna. And as rough as this economy is, and so many people prognosticating recession, Bitcoin's holding up in there. So I don't know, maybe we're finally starting to see that decoupling that we've talked about for years. What do you think?
Yeah, it's possible. One thing that's on this article as well is, Powell was emphasizing the importance of a balanced regulatory approach. He did acknowledge that the crypto industry is evolving rapidly, which there's no denying that. I mean, shit, we got a new buzzword every couple of weeks coming out here, right? Like, oh man, the new focus now is this. Let's go, everybody into AI. Woo. Although, some of them become fads, like the metaverse is not quite ready for prime time, right? In fact, Meta and Facebook, they've actually pulled back a lot of stuff from that and focused more on AI now. But you can see there's a lot of stuff going on. The regulators are thinking about what's going to be the best approach. Hopefully, they're wise in their decision because, as you mentioned at the top of the show, a lot of these crypto projects are leaving America in droves, right? So I don't think they have a lot of faith in the long term benefits of being in America and owning and running a crypto company, Joel.
Right. Well, this is what Powell had to say. We don't want regulation to stifle innovation in a way that just favors incumbents and that kind of thing. But like everyone else, we're watching what's been happening in the crypto space, and what we see is quite a lot of turmoil. We see fraud, we see a lack of transparency, we see run risk. Now, if you'll just trade out the words crypto space and replace it with traditional financial sector,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing different. It's the same thing.
It's
If
greed. It's people who are ne'er do wells that are in it for themselves. And when you have just smart contracts, those cannot be as falsified. When you just have sort of the human element in there, when they're like, "Oh, look at what I'm gonna get mine. Gives me dats." Right. And then that's what ends up happening. And really, the next story talks about that as well, is that the crypto industry has already begun to move outside the US. And this is a former guest of the show, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse,
Mhm.
says that the regulatory uncertainty is causing crypto companies to get the hell out of Dodge. That's not an exact quote, but something like that.
Yeah, pretty much what he's saying is that other countries like Singapore and Switzerland have already created more favorable regulatory environments for crypto companies. And if the US doesn't provide clear and consistent regulations that are going to attract and retain innovation in the crypto industry, then they're going to be gone. They're out of here. Why
Yeah,
would they develop here?
that's true. And think about that. Silicon Valley, we've talked about this, I don't know how many times over the 6 years, but Silicon Valley, is a hub of innovation. But now we're at the place where the US is risking falling behind these other countries because they're not really focused on it. They're more self serving and not actually helping the industry as a whole. I think it's because they want to sort of demonize decentralized crypto and move towards that centralized central bank digital currency. And as a side note, Joel, in China, their digital yuan is now available on their WeChat app. And they're giving
Wow.
away all these different
Hmm.
lotteries to give away millions and millions of digital yuan to people and integrating it within WeChat. So China is basically CBDCing it up, probably the worst place for, personal freedoms there, especially when you talk about the whole WeChat app, dude. Like that thing is everything. It's Uber, it's
Mhm.
Yelp, it's Instagram, it's WhatsApp, it's all of them all in one. It's PayPal, it's
It's state-run
everything.
social media and payment
Mhm.
system and services, right?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
basically
they
what
weren't
WeChat is.
originally state run. There's a really good YouTube video that I saw this past week about. It's called "The Surprising Chinese Company That Basically Runs Everything Social Media Wise." I'll put a link to that in the show notes. And wow, it's about an hour long, but I learned a lot. They didn't start out being with the government, right? But just the government, when you building something in CCP, they just come up and say, "All right, you're either going to work with us or you're going to get the Jack Ma at kick your ass out treatment." So
Is this
yeah.
whole SEC case against Ripple just gonna end up being a slap on the wrist nothing burger? Because this is going on a long time. It's a lot of people are waiting for the decision. Brad seems to think that it's gonna happen this year, and nobody
Dude, we
knows.
thought it was going to happen last year. We were talking
Right.
like, oh, September, October, we're going to get the law. We're getting it coming out. We're going to hear it all. Okay, it's going to be in the first part of the next. It's going to be, maybe it's going to be in 2023, Joel.
It's gonna happen, guys. It's coming
Thomas,
your
take it.
it's coming your way. The happening. It's going to happen.
Mm,
So this is interesting. The government seized a lot of Bitcoin from Silk Road. What was it, like 50,000 Bitcoin? Yeah,
mm,
50,000 Bitcoin was moved from multiple wallets connected to the U.S. government. Now, of those transfers, it appears that 9,861 of those Bitcoin were sent to Coinbase.
mm.
So does that mean that, is this when the dump took place where they sold from Coinbase? You could see here that, Bitcoin in the charts when it was like we were dancing with what, 24,000, and
Mm.
we're mid 21s right now. Is the government responsible for this?
Hard to say, but Silk Road Bitcoin moved to 3 addresses. That's crazy. And actually, we'll show you exactly where they went. So you mentioned the 9,800 Bitcoin to Coinbase. There was a 30,000 one and about a 9,000 one, and that's a lot of Bitcoin,
Just went
man.
to some other wallets. Yeah,
Yeah.
in previous auctions, Tim Draper bought nearly 30,000 Bitcoin in 2014 in an
Mhm.
auction. So how
Wonder how
do
much
they
he
do
paid for
that?
that, because he wasn't paying the exact price, the spot price of Bitcoin at the time. I think it was like 20-30% less than that. So just going in and buying those 30 Bitcoin, even if 30,000 Bitcoin, then you buy them, then you liquidate them, you had like already had a 20% sort of gain. So like, why wouldn't anybody want to buy that? It was kind of weird to me.
I don't think that Draper's liquidating his Bitcoin, though. I
He
think he's
wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't
probably
liquidating
sitting
it,
on
but
a
that's a
fat
spot.
stack of that mofo right
Mhm.
now. Good moving there, Tim.
Stacking it up, baby.
You know
Stacking
who else
sats,
is
brother.
stacking it is the legal industry. These lawyers, I refer to them lovingly as ambulance chasers
Mhm.
in the teaser. But these guys, they bill high. They find opportunities to use the legal system legally to get involved and earn all kinds of fat cash from bankruptcy cases. And
Mhm.
look at this, $34 million by counsel and advisors in the month of January. $34 million for lawyers.
Mm. And we just had a gentleman on this past like a couple weeks ago about how to claim your Bitcoin out of bankruptcy, right?
Mhm.
And so there's some really interesting ways to do that. I don't even remember. It's episode number 671 badco.in/671. Take a look at that. I heard an interesting rumor, Joel, that Binance has gotten approval to acquire Voyager.
Pretty
And
sure
folks,
that's not a rumor. I think that is probably breaking news. I'll see if I can find that story
yeah.
here
Well, I
on
heard it from somebody that looked like a rumor, but I don't know that it was. So it's like, if that's the case, then it says that people are going to be able to get some of their cryptos out of Voyager, not all of it. But I mean, shit, if you can't get 100%, but even if you can get 50%, that's better than 0%. And so, if you were smacked down with Voyager, and Binance buys it, then hopefully that's some way for you to get a little bit of that dollar bills back.
There you
Oh,
go. This was
there it is.
an email I got from CoinStack. Voyager wins approval for sale to Binance. Bankruptcy judge in the Voyager digital case allows deal with Binance US over SEC objections. Blah 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 blah. So
There's something
more
about
about
Silvergate there too that recently crashed, which is a
yeah
horrible thing. They're
yeah.
going out. So it's just like there's a lot of stuff going on. There's this week to me, Joel, it seems like there's a lot of positive things going on, and there's a lot of sort of interesting things that could move the needle downwards. And so it's like we could be entering a little interesting time, but based on news overall, it seems like we could be in the beginning of a bull run that could roll for a long time, but we could just be in the early stages of it. But we might see short term sort of drops.
Well, the Bitcoin halving, I believe, is just about a year from now. I'm actually looking it up to see if I can find the actual date that it's going to take place. It definitely happens in 2024. And I've read before that it was around March or April that it was going to happen. So if that's the case, we're just a little more than a year out from halving. And when the halving approaches, it automatically puts us into a bull market because it gets more expensive to mine Bitcoin, right? And
Mhm.
there's fewer Bitcoin out there, and there's fewer Bitcoin that come into circulation from mining. So, because it's a scarce resource, you have more people competing for it. The price to mine it goes up, rewards are less, and it's going to drive the price up. That's just how it's happened every cycle. And I don't see how it would be any different with the next cycle, which is about a year away from now.
Yep, about a year away from now, and here we go. This could be this next one though. I mean, we're in such a weird time with the world economy, Joel,
Mhm.
that you would think, like, that's why I thought the last bull run, I was like, dude, it's on. I don't expect us to have a big drop. But then again, we're not we're not huge financial advisors. We don't really know. We're just guessing along, most everyone else because we don't have inside information of what is real and what's not real. We're just kind of putting it all together. And looks to me like we're in for another ride. Interesting one. It's how it goes. It's always interesting.
Yep. Meanwhile, in the Dow world, in the state of Utah, which is, I believe, is it the first state legislator to pass this? The Utah Dow Act grants Dows legal recognition and limited liability protections. In fact, they're now framing them as Utah LLDs, limited liability Dows.
Yeah. For those of you who are unaware at this point, a DAO, that's a community driven organization, operates through code and smart contracts. There's no central authority or management of this thing. And so the fact that there's a state out there that's utilizing this as a new form, an illegal entity, that is huge, which reminds me of that one song, Don't Bring Me Down, 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 Down.
Little ELO reference for you right there. I
Who
was
sung that, by the
thinking
way?
a
Who sang the
rubber
original?
biscuit, dow dow dow.
Okay.
Our brains operate with song lyrics. I mean, we're
True.
programmed after years and years of listening to music, and music is a soundtrack of our lives.
Mhm.
And I
I
had a
just wish
t-shirt.
that they wouldn't bring me down, Bruce, whoever Bruce is. And why is Bruce out there bringing people down? I don't know.
So,
Sounds like a dick move, Bruce.
fun fact, and even more confusing, is the lyric isn't Bruce. Do you know what he's actually saying?
I have no idea. I always thought it was Bruce.
He's saying Groos, Groos. Don't bring me down, Groos. And I have no idea what Jeff Lynne was smoking while he came up
Wow.
with
I
that.
always thought somebody named Bruce was being
Yeah,
an
it wasn't
asshole.
Bruce. Bruce has gotten the bad rap all these years. It was never him. It was some dude named
Bruce
Bruce.
Springsteen is like, why are they always saying these rude things to me? I'm not bringing people down.
Hey, you're
Okay,
born to
boss.
run, baby. Born to run.
Okay. Here we go.
So the Dow is happening, and I think that that's pretty cool. This is a big step towards mainstream adoption of blockchain tech and
It's
decentralized
huge. It's a huge,
governance
huge
models.
information right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So this could mean, by doing this, it could encourage others to create more DAOs and figure out how do we integrate these into traditional legal and financial systems.
Yep. And speaking of Utah, Joel, the SEC is accusing this Utah company, Green United. They say they're running an $18 million crypto mining scam. And they basically were selling crypto mining equipment that didn't mine what the company said it was going to mine. And so it might have been a big lie.
Mine?
Mine?
The good, the bad, and the ugly. Anywhere that there is money, I don't care what those resources look like. I don't care if it's traditional financial systems, precious metals, cash on pallets, crypto, stocks, whatever. Whenever there is money, there are people who are going to use the system ethically, and there are those who are going to skirt the line and be in the gray area. And then you're going to have your all-out criminals. And that is human nature, as old as time. Tell me that in the earliest days of mankind, when people were bartering, whatever they were creating, that there weren't people making fraudulent versions of whatever that thing was.
You got to check out these cowrie shells, Og.
Right.
You're going to love them, dude. Oh, dude, I want all of them. Okay, here you go, Og. But I want to just comment about
those
this.
were made in China. Those fake ones.
Fake cowrie shells made in China. That's nice. So there's somebody on Green United, somebody by the name of Wright Thurston. Doesn't that just sound like just the fanciest name? You invest with me, I'm Wright Thurston.
Wait, are you related?
The first name is Wright? That is weird. I've never heard of that.
Supposed to be Thurston Wright. That
should be Thurston Wright.
Thurston Wright the third, and he's 43. Like, that's
damn it! I could have been Thurston. Why didn't my parents name me that? And I could find a lovey.
Little Gilligan's Island reference there.
We got all kinds of references today, folks.
Very
It's
nice.
a bad reference podcast.
Those are the highlights of the news this week, and want to encourage you guys, if you haven't done so, every day we see people joining the Bad Crypto Nifty Club, and of course the Bad Crypto family of shows has expanded. Going to talk more about that in just a moment, but if you do not yet have your Bad Crypto Nifty Club membership, go ahead and grab it from badcrypto.uncut.fm. It's this cool red spinny one right here. We don't give it away for free because we don't want bots to take it. So a little, very tiny minimal amount will get you in. We're doing cool airdrops of stuff, and we'll probably have another one for you next week. But what we wanted to tell you about is the new show, The Bad AI Show, with a new spiffy website at badai.show is up. The first couple episodes have already hit. And if you have not checked them out yet, episode number 2 is 10 useful ways to use Chat GPT to supercharge beginners. And we give actual use cases that you can go and apply right now. So I encourage you to go listen to that thing.
Yes, I tell you what, the people who've tuned in, they said they're glad that we're tackling AI so they can understand it, because a lot of people who tuned into crypto really wanted us to help them understand crypto as we were understanding and learning about crypto. So we're doing that exact same thing with AI, because really, technically, that's how Joel and I have always done things. I mean, Joel created one of the first 10,000 websites ever. I first got online. I learned how to code HTML and CSS within my first 36 hours of being online. Like, we see it, we go, what does this do? This is interesting. How can we use it? How can others benefit? Oh, let's teach people about that. Then we teach about, and then we start seeing what's coming next, and we go, oh, look, this is coming. But I would say this, Joel, crypto is not going away. This is part of the new Web3 ecosystem when you're talking about NFTs, AI, Web3, crypto, AR, VR, right? Metaverse stuff. This is all part of one ecosystem. And we're here to help you guys sort of circumnavigate the globe of all of the things.
In fact, we're doing so many things right now. There's Bad Crypto, there's the Nifty Show, there's the Web3 Show, there's the Bad AI Show, there's the Blockchain Heroes NFTs, there's the Bad Crypto Nifty Club, there's AITelegraph.io, there's worldvillage.com. What we're going to do is we're creating a new website called Bad Media. And the site's not live yet, so I'm not going to give you the link right now. But Bad Media is going to encompass all of the things in the Joel, Travis, and Riles universe, so that you've got a one-stop shop to go discover all the different things that we're working on in the content that we want to provide to you. So we should be able to announce that probably in about a week or so, that we've got that ready, as when Sir Lord Travis has it done. I did want to point out this cool NFT that you see on the screen if you're watching the visual version of the show is a free NFT we're going to be giving away to founders of the Bad AI Show. If you go to badai.show/NFT, you can go claim this. This is separate from the Bad Crypto Nifty Club. Okay, this is an airdrop specifically for people who sign up on this page with their ETH wallet, and we're going to cut it off when you least expect it, and then there will be no more of these NFTs minted. So go grab one at badai.show/NFT. And our ask of you, because we love giving you stuff, we are going to ask that you please review. Help us with the new podcast. If you enjoy it, go and review us on iTunes. Go ahead and leave a comment on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the bell, and that'll be encouraging to us. It'll say, hey, we like what you guys are doing. We want you to do more. Nobody is paying us to do this, right? We do this because we love it. We follow our passions. We play with the toys because we're like kids in a candy store and love to do it. And we create the content to help others. You know, Travis has said he wants to make 1,000 millionaires in his life. And what's that digital counter up to right now, Trav? How many you got?
It's like, it was up to almost 2, but then we had the crypto crash. So it's down to negative 17, but we're working on it. So I would say this is, thank you for tuning in. My focus right now is building the YouTube channel. And so if you could, watch some, because these right here, the AI show stuff, this is perfect for YouTube. You want to watch it because we're going to show you some of the things. You can listen to it on the podcast, and that's okay. But the visuals behind it are really helpful. So I would recommend subscribing to the YouTube channel if you have not already. And then also liking posts and commenting. I'll go in there and I'll comment back to you and stuff. So make sure you do that. And if you're really interested in our content and you want to watch the AI show and you're watching this one on YouTube, just click right here at this card we're going to put up. And then that right there will allow you to stay bad in that area. What else you got to say, Mr. Joel Comm?
That's all the badness. Well, I just want to recognize that yesterday was International Women's Day. I'm not a big fan of having a day for a gender. I feel like every day is Women's Day. Women are amazing. They're smart. They're funny. They're
Mhm.
creative. They're clever. They're beautiful. And I feel like every day is International Women's Day, but they put it on the calendar. And I just wanted to shout out recognition to Aaron Sell and Jen FT for their show, The Nifty Chicks, sister show to The Nifty Show, all
Mhm.
by women, featuring women. And you can go check them out at
Yeah.
theniftychicks.io. Go listen to
Yeah.
their podcast and
I like
support
that.
them.
You know what I would say, Joel, is like I think the International Women's Day is a great idea. I don't mind that, but I just don't like how close it is to Valentine's Day. Like, you mean tell me I got
Mm.
a Valentine's Day it, and then 3 weeks later I got to do the same shit again? How about make International Women's Day like in like August or something like six? How about August 14th? So it's literally 6 months in between. That would be good. But I made a joke about this. It was like somebody messaged me. So Women's Day, is there an International Men's Day? I'm like, yeah, it starts tomorrow and then it goes until March 7th next year. But that was a
Nice.
joke. Don't cancel us.
Thanks for watching and or listening, and extra thanks to those of you who go out of your way to review and subscribe. You help keep things going. We'll catch you on the next episode. Until then, stay bad.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.
Oh yeah.
Get your finger out of my face.
Oh, I like that. Figure again.
I can do this all day. I don't know that I want
So your
to.
finger gets tired.
Yeah. It just went.